I don't remember the day I fell in love with cars. It was just a part of me. And my entire childhood, all I could think about was owning a Lamborghini one day. I never imagined I'd be able to. When I first discovered YouTube, like I said, I became obsessed with it from the get-go. There was some really low moments that only I remember. I don't want to get emotional, but I probably will. It was a passion, it was a love, and I wanted it so bad. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'll never forget the day when a fan came up to me and they were like, "Are you StradMan?"
Hey Yetta, you know how much love and respect I have for you? Girl,
Ditto.
Why do I feel like I'm your best friend? I just met you.
You're a merging of Oprah and Barbara Walters. There you go.
Joining us at the desk today is Emmy Award-winning journalist and anchor. It's Yetta Gibson, everybody.
Welcome to the show. The TheStradMan takes his love of cars to a whole nother level. He's bringing his need for speed to Arizona with the brand new business. Simone, you sat down and you talked to him for this one.
He was so cool, Yetta. He was so down to earth.
Seems like it.
So nice, and it was just awesome to hear more about his story. As I learned, James, who's also known as the TheStradMan, has a really modern-day rags to riches story, and he's not shy about sharing the highs and lows of his life. That's awesome.
That never gets old.
That is so awesome. A pink Lamborghini Aventador. Not my usual ride to work, but it's not every day you get to sit down with YouTube sensation and supercar enthusiast, the TheStradMan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog.
Welcome to Arizona's Family Original. Thank you for
so much.
having us. And welcome to Strad Pizza.
Welcome to Strad Pizza.
James goes by his YouTube username, TheStradMan, inspired by his lifelong love of cars.
Say I was probably 13, maybe 14 years old. I was online on a car forum called FerrariChat.com, and I needed to create a username. And my favorite car at the time was a Ferrari Challenge Stradale. So Stradale, that's where TheStradMan comes from. And so I just needed to create a username. I was just a kid on my parents' computer, and TheStradMan kind of just popped into my brain, and that became the username.
A username that's now recognized by 4 million subscribers on the TheStradMan's YouTube channel. But before he became the internet celebrity he is today, James was just a regular kid from Oregon. What were you like as a little kid? Did you always love cars?
Oh yeah, I don't even remember. I don't remember the day I fell in love with cars. It was just a part of me. My dad's always loved cars. My brothers, I have 3 older brothers, they've always loved cars as well. And before I remember, we were just going to car shows. And I still remember seeing some of the first Lamborghinis and just staring at them and not being able to take my eyes off of them. They're just so futuristic, the sharp angles, the big wings, the loud exhaust, and then the doors going up, right? That's a cherry on top. And my entire childhood, all I could think about was owning a Lamborghini one day. I never imagined I'd be able to.
Now, you say you always loved cars, but what did you want to be when you were a little kid, like when you grew up?
A race car driver, right?
But like most kids, James eventually pursued a more traditional path, going to college, getting a degree in accounting and finance, and working a regular 9-to-5 job.
But from a very early age, I never wanted to sit behind a computer, and I wanted to do something else. I really, I met a lot of people that chased their passion, and I wanted to do that as well. And
so about 10 years ago, James took a huge risk.
when I first discovered YouTube, like I said, I became obsessed with it from the get-go. And so I decided that I was going to go live in my car in California, in Beverly Hills, because there's a lot of cars there. And I lived in the car for 58 days, and I would stand on the street corner and car spot.
Car spotting, filming videos of the supercars on the streets and uploading them to YouTube using the free McDonald's Wi-Fi.
I'd go to the McDonald's afterward. I couldn't afford McDonald's. I'd go to the grocery store, I'd get a loaf of bread, I'd get peanut butter, I'd get honey, and that's what I would eat every single day. I couldn't afford water, but I could afford the off-brand cola.
There was some really low moments that only I remember. When I was sleeping in that car, the internal conversations I would have in my head. They were pretty bad. They were pretty harsh. You know, I was down and out, certainly.
When you decided to do that, what was the reaction from the people in your life, your family, your friends? Were they like, James, you're insane, you're crazy?
Yeah. Oh, completely. I mean, I thought I was crazy. I didn't believe it either. But the love and the passion was so strong. You know, my parents are like, you have a college degree and you're living in your car chasing cars for YouTube videos? And you're making like $7 a day? Like, what are you doing?
But James's persistence eventually paid off.
There was an event in Idaho where there was a Bugatti Veyron that went 240 miles an hour, and I filmed that video and it was on the front page of Yahoo. And so you study those moments and you're like, okay, how do I recreate that over and over and over and over again? So I took a really analytical approach to it, very strategic approach to it. And you know, every single success point, that got me closer and closer to kind of where I'm at today.
Staying consistent, monetizing his videos, and slowly starting to see success.
And I'm the proud owner of a 2006 Lamborghini Gallardo. This car is everything and so much more than I ever imagined I would get.
It was a passion, it was a love, and I wanted it so bad, I was willing to sacrifice everything. Like one track mind, this is what I'm gonna do, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna figure it out. I think it's a good reminder in life that if you really want something and you do it a lot, you're gonna get good out of it. No matter what your talent level is, no matter what your skill level is, no matter how much money you have it, if you want it bad enough and you work at it, you can get anything.
Now I have way too many cars. We have 9 here at the house, the C8's in Park City, the Countach's in Miami, the Gallardo's in Chicago, and I got 4 more at the warehouse.
Fast forward to today, James's channel has over 1 billion views.
Where do you think you developed that drive and that determination to keep going?
You know, my parents, they're the hardest workers I know. I mean, I owe them everything. I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for them. You know, my parents, they didn't have a lot growing up. We didn't have a lot growing up. My dad was the hardest worker I know, and he sacrificed everything. Well, I don't want to get emotional, but I probably will. My dad passed away a couple years ago, and that was by far the hardest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. But he passed away shortly before my mom and his 40th wedding anniversary, and it's still hard. It's been about 4 years, but yeah, I miss him.
Most of James's fondest memories with his dad include 2 things, and you could probably guess one of them.
When we were growing up, I mean, we would go to car dealerships, we'd look at cars we couldn't afford, and then we'd go eat pizza. And I think about all the special moments that I had with my dad eating pizza that I know if he could be here, he would just think it's the coolest thing.
Those memories coming full circle one day while brainstorming ideas for YouTube merchandise with his business partner, Freddie Wynn.
And we created this cool merch design that had a couple of my cars in front of a restaurant, and Freddie coined it Strad Burger.
Okay.
And it was just the coolest design, and I loved it. And you know, Freddie and I were chatting one day, and I was like, man, it would be so cool to make that a reality. And then I was like, but I love pizza. What if we did Strad Pizza? And as soon as we said it, light bulbs started going off, and it was like we hit the ground running. It was like then and there that day we decided we were making Strad Pizza a reality.
Located on Scottsdale and Thunderbird Roads, greeting you outside with a brightly colored hand-painted mural, the shop offers customers an edgy twist on New York-style slices.
It is so surreal. I own a pizza restaurant. Like, what kid doesn't dream of owning a pizza restaurant?
An ode to the man who James says truly inspired it all.
And this pizza restaurant, this is for my dad.
When you look back at your life, did you ever expect it was going to play out like this?
Absolutely not. Because the internet wasn't what it is today. Social media didn't exist at all.
4 million views, $10,000 later, my plan was working. I was onto something.
And so back then, turning into now, to be able to own multiples of these cars and get to drive them and meet other owners and now put on a massive car show at a pizza restaurant with my name attached to it. I mean, it feels like a Hollywood script.
It really does.
And I'm so grateful.
And with any good Hollywood script comes the fans.
Let's eat some pizza!
thousands of which showed up to James's grand opening pizza party.
What's up, dude? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Thank you for coming.
I'll never forget the day when a fan came up to me and they were like, "Are you StradMan?" But it's so funny how that name, that innocent moment when I was a kid, has now turned into a name people recognize me by.
And now we're in Strad Pizza.
Now, like, right. And it's so surreal.
Sometimes in life, when everyone's telling you that you can't do it, go prove them wrong.
Love it.
So fun.
Yes.
He is such a cool guy. The StradMan really hopes to open more locations of Strad Pizza throughout the valley. And just in the few weeks since our interview, big names have already stopped by Yetta to check out the pizza. Check this out.
So we've had some good pizza in Arizona. One bite, everybody knows the rules. Good pizza. Is this gonna be related to the place Pizza is at? It reminds me.
No, it was opened by like a YouTuber.
This is opened by a YouTuber? This? Pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. 7.7, almost a 7.8. This is good. So the car guy, Strad Pizza, is making really good pizza.
And it's more than really good. The way he was eating that.
Seriously. And Dave is pretty hard on his rating. So a 7.7, that's pretty good.
Wow.
So, of course, Barstool's Dave Portnoy stopping by to check it out, giving him a great score, especially for someone like him. And I'm from the East Coast, and it was really good.
It was really good. You know, talk about making your childhood dream a reality. This is the story. This is the story.
Cars, pizza, it's...
Oh, and who knows what else.
Yeah,
I want to ask you where you were driving that fast in the car, but I won't. Simone, thank you. Great story.
Thanks, Yetta.
All right, folks, the kids are out of school, and now we are about to start doing some vacations. Everything's super expensive. What are the travel hacks? What are the secrets? We got to figure out any and every way we can to save a buck. We sure do. The summer travel season is here, and in the chat, money-saving hacks to make ends meet on vacation. Plus,
you guys are looking to have a wellness day but on a budget. This is something I use all the time.
you've probably seen that face once or twice on your algorithm. The Southwest Sampler is going to be here to dish on her own budget-friendly content and a this or that game that we play about some iconic places here in Arizona. That is next. It is time now for In the Chat, and in this portion of the show, we go through some hot headlines and talkers that got us thinking, and this week, I was thinking about summer. All right, folks, the kids are out of school, and now we are about to start doing some vacations. Everything's super expensive. What are the travel hacks? What are the secrets? Gary Harper, our super famous On Your Side reporter, consumer reporter, gives advice on traveling and saving money all the time. Here's one of his last reports.
Everybody loves a vacation, but going into debt to have one, it's not a good idea.
We got to figure out any and every way we can to save a buck. Credit card rewards, of course, we know about that. I also heard that checking on Google first will give you the most accurate results on all of the airlines and all of the ways. Let's talk about it in the chat. Okay, so as a reminder, even the most budget-friendly airlines are pinching our pocketbooks this summer. Just last week, you heard this, I'm sure. Southwest Airlines started charging for bags for the first time in 50 years. So one of you responded to my question saying, pay segments of your travel with debit card over time using a budget. This is going to keep things cheaper and paid off when you finally go on your trip. The key is planning. So joining the chat this week is frequent flyer Ian, jet setter right here, and the girl who's going to show you some of the best deals around the valley, Andrea Blake, aka Southwest Sampler. Yay. I love that name.
Thank you.
We're going to get to your content, what you do online in just a bit. We're going to jump into this topic though. Travel hacks. I hope that what I gave online were correct.
That's good.
But I'm not good at it.
Google's a great one, and then they have a feature where you can say, notify me of a price change. Oh. So they'll let you know if the price is going up, or better yet, the price is going down.
Yeah, another thing that I saw when I was researching is if you keep searching on the browser, in the same browser, the price will go up. Is that true?
I was actually just going to bring this up. So that was a travel hack that I personally have, is I will do exactly what you just did and what you just said. However, I always clear my what
What'd you say it was? The travel, it gives you...
alert.
Alert.
Yeah.
Does it actually
It'll email
give you the alert?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
It'll
so
email you and say, hey, you're trying to go to Japan. Prices have gone up or they've gone down. With the Southwest thing, if you have the Southwest credit card, the bags are still free.
Anything crazy that you've done outside of the known things, you know, like maybe last minute trip or something like that? Have you done anything wild to save a little money?
Gosh.
For last minute trips specifically?
Minute or, yeah. Like if you just want to get out of town, let's say next week.
Okay, so honestly, I look a lot on Frontier. Frontier has some really good deals.
Yes.
And here's my deal. I know.
You're going to get a show.
Okay.
You might get a show.
Okay.
But here's
You might end up a world star.
Here's why I say this.
Sorry, Frontier.
Here's why I say this. Because what I do specifically is I travel extremely light. So I will put at least 2 pairs of clothes on my back with 1 pair of shoes. And then I will have my little travel light backpack and I'll put the other pair of shoes in there, everything else I need. So I'm actually, that's how I save when I travel.
Business.
Yes, so that's how I end up saving a lot of money last minute trips.
What about those, you know, when you can find a leg that hasn't been filled yet? Are those true? I'm always scared to book those. I forget the name of the website.
Open jaw flights, I think. I haven't done it, but there are some savings there.
Okay.
I like to save money. Like, I always make sure my iPad is charged and I've downloaded videos on Netflix as far as on the flight. And then this is a good thing to do anyway. Be nice. I've been to hotels where I just politely asked for a room upgrade, and they've done it.
You get it.
It doesn't work all the time, but you do 2 things. You're nice, and maybe you get an upgrade.
Follow Schwartz, follow her. We'll get to that in a minute. Now to a little social media. How much is too much? A woman on Reddit says her roommate was taking social media way too far after posting videos and pictures from inside of their apartment. So those videos and pictures her roommate recorded some of the woman's personal belongings in the background without asking. So the woman ended up disconnecting their apartment's Wi-Fi. That's pretty extreme.
Oh, that is, yeah.
But she really wanted this to stop. So Andrea, as an influencer, are there boundaries or like apartment stuff in the background? Do you really care about that stuff?
Well, as far as my apartment goes, me and my sister, we live together. So she's very used to what we do or what I do.
Yeah.
However, when it comes to family trips or being around with friends, being in their home, absolutely not. That is their space. That is their safe space. There's no way I'm going to intrude myself and make other people know about how they live. Or again, on family trips, I just recently did a Mother's Day trip. We did a cabin. I know that my family doesn't want to be shown on camera.
It's fair. Yeah.
So if I do show anything about my trip, I make sure it's either when they're not in the room, or it's only in my room, or it's outside of the cabin.
You know, as a person, I'm not an influencer, obviously, but as a person who posts a lot, I have noticed that people are looking at more than what you think they're looking at.
They're zooming in.
Oh, yes, they are.
Well, during COVID, when we did the home broadcast,
yes, that's when you figure it out.
What's that photo? The photo's like this big, and there's like a little thumbnail. Who's in that picture?
Like, so there's a lot of that going on, too.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's scary, actually.
So don't post your address?
No. Oh my gosh, no. Listen, if I get an Amazon package, that label, zoop, popping off.
Yeah, so be careful. There's a lot of creepers out there. And people who just want to know other stuff and just are interested.
Curious.
Thank you so much for joining me, guys. We're going to be back after the break with more with the Southwest Sampler. But check this out.
I've been checking out free things to do in Arizona. I just bought a bike for only $30 off of Facebook Marketplace. And I've been going down the Greenbelt, which goes like for miles. It is so beautiful.
All right, you were riding a bike and posting. I love that. I would never be able to do that. Coming up next, a dive into the Southwest Samplers content, and we're going to play a little game, guys, to rank the best of Arizona.
Here we go.
It's going to be fun.
Yes, it is.
Be careful. We already slammed Frontier.
Oh, God. You been to all these? I'm going to show you why these are the 11 coolest coffee shops in Arizona. And yes, they're all local.
Okay, showing you the best places in Arizona through her eyes, Andrea Blake, aka the Southwest Sampler.
Hello.
Hello. Joining me now to talk More about your journey to becoming one of Arizona's most recognized influencers. Congratulations.
Oh my God, thank you.
You travel throughout Arizona. Any great places for people to visit this summer? Everybody's in summer mode. They're ready to go places, less expensive because everything's so costly.
Yeah, it is, and that's a really good question. So I really love to do the outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
When it comes to summer, I think Page, Arizona is beautiful because you can go to Lake Powell. There's all the different canyons. You could go kayaking. If you have a paddleboard, you can actually paddleboard down below Horseshoe Bend.
Oh, very nice.
So I love that type of stuff.
But what if people, and this is silly if you live in Arizona, what if you want to stay cool? I mean, Flagstaff is one place, Sedona is a little bit cooler as well. What do you suggest there if you don't want to be out? You want to be outdoors, but not in the heat.
Okay, Williams, Arizona is really cool.
Okay.
They have Canyon Coaster, which is a coaster through the pines if you want to stay more like, you know, in the city vibe.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of outdoor stuff as well.
Yeah.
A little downtown area. What are some other spots? My gosh, there's so many things.
So many. And speaking of which, we're showing a little bit of your video right here. I mean, you've been everywhere. Is there any place that sticks out that you just love, one particular place?
Particular as in a city or?
Just a place, just a location, an event, a restaurant, whatever.
Oh, that's a really tricky question.
Oh, it's still hard,
no, that's a really tricky question.
Okay, we're gonna do another thing.
Okay.
While you think about that, we're just gonna go broader, okay?
Okay.
So,
I got it.
Yeah, we're gonna go broader.
Okay.
Instead of anything specific, we're gonna name some of the places that you've been. This is a little game here in Arizona. You have to tell us which is better. The other one has to go. You have to choose, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Oh my gosh.
No explaining.
Okay.
And it's rapid fire. Are you ready?
Yes.
Peoria or Chandler?
Chandler. Wait, what I like better?
Yes.
Okay. Go.
Peoria or Chandler?
Peoria.
Peoria or downtown Phoenix?
Downtown Phoenix.
Downtown Phoenix or Goodyear?
Downtown Phoenix.
Downtown Phoenix or Gilbert?
Downtown Phoenix.
Ooh, downtown Phoenix or Mesa?
Downtown Phoenix.
Oh my gosh. Downtown Phoenix or Tempe?
Oh, okay. Tempe has Tempe.
Tempe. Scottsdale or Tempe?
I mean, come on. Come on.
Scottsdale. Bisbee or Jerome?
Oh, Bisbee by far.
Okay, I would love to ask if we had time.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go to I'm gonna link you all up to her Instagram. Jerome, Flagstaff?
Flagstaff.
This one's harder, Sedona or Flagstaff?
The only reason I say, I can't explain, can I?
You cannot.
Oh, God.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Flagstaff.
Flagstaff. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
So one thing that you can tell people that they're for sure going to get if they come to your Instagram page is what?
Budget-friendly experiences.
All right, Andrea, thank you
so
so much. You can connect with me, connect with her on Instagram. Her stuff is really good. You're going to find more behind-the-scenes stuff here on our show with everybody you just saw. My handle is down below. Thank you so much for joining us for this Arizona's Family Original. We'll see you again real soon. Okay, you can explain now.
Okay.
I know, I'm a yapper.
Same. I actually have my main camera.
Oh, sick.
Right
You're ready
here.
to go. Look
I
at
take
that.
it with me everywhere I go because you just never know.
Okay.
You just never know when an opportunity is going to present itself.
You gotta film.
And so this is. I got my phone. I got my wallet.
Okay.
I got my camera.
Don't
Everywhere
leave
I go.
home without it.
This is my favorite car.
That's awesome.
Favorite car.
That's so
I actually
cool.
dedicated this car to my dad.
I saw the license and the
Yep,
floor,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's so cool. This car will be in the collection forever.
Yeah.
If I had to sell every other car, this would be the last one.